Let's begin.
It's October 2nd, 2021, which means it is day 2 of the 31 Days of Fright horror movie project, year 10. I am the one and only MSJ, Max for short, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please click subscribe, hit that bell to stay notified for any future videos I will be creating right here on this YouTube channel, and leave a like and leave a comment because I want to hear what you have to say, and leaving the like helps get my channel out there to a much broader audience. And today's movie is Killer Crocodile. It's from 1989. This movie is 32 years old. I didn't realize this movie came out when I was born, the year of my birth. This movie is fun. This is a recommendation from the 13th Wolfman right here on YouTube. When I think he did this movie on a previous 31 Days, and I'm like, oh man, I really like the sound of that, and I really wanted to watch it. And I've had this movie for almost a full year before I watched it, and because I was saving it just for today. My fiance's mom got me this, and I give her a nice shout out because this is a really cool edition of it, because this is a double pack, because the sequel is on the back side of the slip sleeve, and and most of the stuff is listed just for the first movie. So I'm not quite sure what kind of special features are on the second disc. So I'm about to tell you what you need to know about this movie, and it's basically about a bunch of environmentalists go into the swamps, and they realize that the water is very high in toxicity, and the further they kind of get to into the swamps, it becomes more radioactive, and there's this giant crocodile that is just running loose, eating people. Now, this movie is 32 years old. This is really, truly before any really special effects like CGI. Everything is done practical, and I really like the look of this alligator. It's really cheesy. I'm going to just leave it right then and there. Like, this movie is cheesy. It's the lines are dubbed, except for our main character, who is, I can't think of his name, but his dad is the general from the Rambo movies. So just wow. It's like, I love the look of it. My only complaint about this is that when the crocodile is kind of like skimming the top of the water, I wish they would have made his eyes blink. I think that would have made the crocodile look a little bit more realistic, especially when it's kind of going just skimming across the top of the water. But when it's jumping out of the water, the mouth is like full, being articulated. There's dummies galore. There's one particular scene in this movie where this little girl is like trying to get her doll that had fallen off, and the alligator's like takes one of the beams across the bottom of the dock and just knocks it, and so it's like hanging there, and the girl's just hanging on for dear life, and everyone is like trying to get to her, and in like really truly extra dramatic fashion, people are like putting themselves in precarious situations to get eaten, and it's like you could have easily just pulled her up, but this one guy actually had like, you know what, I'm gonna get down, hang next to her to push her up, and it's like, it just like, you didn't need to do that. And then this other guy ends up getting pulled through the dock, and then there's this one point in the movie, I don't want to do spoilers, but this, like, I'm trying to get you to watch this movie. There's this one point in the movie where you got this Quint, like from Jaws. He literally jumps on top of the alligator, starts stabbing it from above, and he goes under with it, and I'm like, well, that's into his character. And then, spoiler alert a little bit, he kind of shows up again, and there's this really cool, awesome shot. I don't know why I think it's cool, but all you see is this like really soaking wet hat flying through there, and our main character catches it, and it's like, I just really like the way it was filmed and everything. So this movie is really fun to watch. I really enjoy it. It's just cheesy, fun. It basically, like, the environmentalists, like, they find out this alligator is real, and they're like, oh, we have to preserve it. But once they start killing people and start eliminating people from their team, they're like, we changed our minds. This alligator has to die, or this crocodile has to die. So And so it kind of turns into a Jaws kind of esque movie, and that's basically what it feels like. It's like because the alligators kind of making this little town very hard to do things, and plus there's like, if you ever read the Jaws book, there's like a mob subplot where that's why they try to keep the beaches open, I do believe. And this one, they're dumping toxic waste in the swamps, really deep in the swamps, and so there's always kind of like this really seedy underbelly kind of plot line that shows up and kind of keep the movie kind of more interesting. So that's really all I gotta say about this movie. This is so much fun. Like, all the stuff you see on the front of the box does not happen. It literally takes place in the middle of the swamp, and like maybe 11 people get killed. I think 10 or 11 people. So, and plus a poor dog. So if you're into that kind of stuff, if you're not into that kind of stuff, I'd pass. But you don't see it. You just see like a broken collar. Then all of a sudden the alligator pops out of nowhere, and it's all full cheesy glory. And when I say cheesy, it's in a very good, heart-loving manner, because there are some cheesy horror movies out there that are terrible, but this one is just fun. And as always, I do have a rating scale. 1 being run-of-the-mill horror, 2 best watched with a group, 3 more than average horror but adds nothing new to the horror genre, 4 helps move the horror genre forward, and 5 being a horror classic. Now, Killer Crocodile is definitely a 2. It is definitely best watched with the group. But there's also a little caveat to that, is because this movie's kind of slow. It really is. Because there, like, you got the scenes with the judges and the people, the Foley, whatever the name of his character, doing the whole seedy underside belly of like wanting to dump toxic waste and stuff like that. So there's some slow moments, but at the beginning and end, this is where the movies really shine. And so if you can kind of sit through it there and just kind of just hang on for the ride for a little bit, you'll enjoy it with everyone who's watching this. So this is a release from Severin. This is I think this is my only copy that I got from Severin. I don't know if my Hell Comes to Frogtown is one. I will be doing Killer Crocodile later this week. But up next week, or tomorrow, will be another kind of Jaws ripoff movie. And I will see you tomorrow. And I am the one and only MSJ, Max for short. And all I can say is thank you.